Hello, welcome back to State of the Hat. I'm Sean Nittner, the project manager for Evil Hat. I'm lost the beard, but I'm still here with all the updates for you about what's going on at Evil Hat. Let's dive in to all of our projects. The first thing was Dice Pool. That is the crowdfunding campaign that funded this happening. And I'm delighted to say we have just completed the fourth and final of our Dice Pool interviews. We had three fantastic GMs. Lloyd, Laura, and Randy all come on to talk about Fate, and that was a very happening panel. There was a lot of excitement on the panelists themselves and a lot of excitement in chat. If you are interested, you can go to the Evil Hat website and join the Dice Pool program. Get in there and you can see the VODs of all four for all four of the systems. So thank you to everyone who backed that. And someday, sooner or later, the plan is to take the each 10-minute segment and chop them up into little individual YouTube videos. Not sure what the timeline for that is. So if you want to see all the material, it's available now. And in the future, we will probably have snippets of it available as well. So excited for everything that Dice Pool allowed us to do. It's good stuff. Blade 68 is still in playtest right now, but not for long. The playtest application closes April 5th. So if you've been on the fence, you should do it now. The playtest itself closes April 30th at the end of the month. So we've got just about a month left. We have this. I don't know if I said this in the past, but this is a record-breaking number of playtest applicants, or number of playtesters, I guess. We have over 1,500 playtesters, which is amazing. So thank you to those who are playtesting it now, for those in Discord giving feedback, for those filling out the feedback survey. All of that is great stuff. And it's just going to help us make Blades that much better. Very, very excited about it. Last week, I talked a little bit about some of the new playbooks. This week, I want to talk about some of the features in Blades. So Blades has something called the Cold Open, which is analogous to the starting situation. And the Cold Opens are ways to just kick off games, whether they're the start of the campaign, like I did for my own home game, or whether it's a one-shot, which I've also done at conventions. The first Cold Open is called the Alluvium Affair. Your car is cresting over Candle Bridge, flying through the air, and just as it lands, the scene opens with you being chased by one faction. Blue coats are on your tail on the other side, and the edge of the bridge, there's a blockade blocking your paths. And the big hitch is you don't know what just happened. There's been a time anomaly, and we don't know how the score started or how it's supposed to end. But none of that matters, because right now you've got people shooting at you, and you're chasing with this incredibly valuable alluvium, which is sort of an anomaly in liquid form. It's weird and it's wonky and can do all kinds of crazy things. And so it's a really fun opening. There's another cold open called 1,000 Feet Above Duskfall, which you literally start on an airship flying over the city, and in the mind's eye, a cold open that starts with you trapped inside a hospital. So very good stuff. But in addition, so those cold opens are analogous to the starting situation from Blades, the War and Crow's Foot situation. But Tim has also added something called ticking time bombs. There's two right now. One is called the Hull Directive. And the Hull Directive is all about how in Blade 68, they have made laws that have made it legal to take dangerous criminals, as defined by Ironhook or the powers that be, and remove their resonance, their souls, and put them into hulls who have their memories wiped, and then serve the city. And they are street sweepers, they are gondoliers, they are railjacks, they are encroaching upon the bluecoats to become patrol hulls. And there are a lot of people who have strong feelings for or against the proliferation of hulls throughout Dustfall. This ticking time bomb reflects those tensions growing, riots, protests, potentially violence, and your crew's relationship to that. We've been playing through the Hull Directive. It's particularly meaningful because one of our characters is a Hull, and it's just been a really cool way to frame the action going on in the city that isn't tied directly to your crew, but nevertheless has great effects on you, and that your crew can affect itself. So good stuff. and there's multiple ticking time bombs as well. So Blade 68 doing a lot of cool new things. Dagger Isles, another Blades in the Dark product. I've just been working with Pam and John. I just pitched an Empire sheet to reflect the position of the Empire within the Dagger Isles, and to have multiple versions of these, sort of the opposite or the antithesis of the crew sheet, and showing all of the kind of terrors of the Empire, and also the ways in which they're vulnerable. We are focusing Dagger Isles on overthrowing the Imperial hold on the region, and so that's we're building tech to sort of mechanize that, and I'm excited to share that. I have the first draft written up now. It's going into layout, so hopefully next month I can show you a pretty version of something. Stewpot is all wrapped up and done, but there are some more fun things coming. We just got the proofs, or we're just about to get the proofs. They're in the mail right now for the Dice Delicacies and Dungeons print on demand. So the stretch goal reward for Stewpot, we decided to make a print version of it. So once those proofs are approved, they'll be available through drive-through, and you can get your own physical copy to go right alongside your copy of Stewpot. Be the same form factor, fit nicely on the shelf, and be really lovely to have all of the Stewpot material, both from Takuma and all the stretch goal creators, all together in physical form. So we're excited about that. Hunter's Journal and Slayer's Survival Kit. Not a lot to say about these right now because they're in the kind of boring part of the process, the waiting part of the process where they're printing. The Hunter's Journal is printing, Slayer's Survival Kit is printing, the Investigator's Casebook, which is a custom journal, is underway. We're also getting proofs of the coins. I showed these last month, but I'm just gonna flash them again. We're redoing these coins with a bit more color, so they pop a little bit more. We're also, the interlock of the coins wasn't perfect. So these V's that you see here were supposed to interlock with the sides of the Monster of the Week coin so that they'd all fit together, and they didn't quite lock in. So we're redoing the proofs we're redoing the mold on those to get coins that all lock nicely together. So we're very excited about that. Tomb Raider is still underway. We are doing new playtests of some of the new adventures. Right now we're playtesting Time Tightly Spiraled by Liam Stevens, a wonderful adventure. It's set in New Zealand, and just so excited to play that out and learn all about it. We've also completed the Mavericks playbook, the Survivors playbook. These are 2 team playbooks, and done a bunch of expansions on the Explorer playbooks as well. And we just sent a bunch of that over to Crystal Dynamics to review. So we're waiting to hear back from them. Should be, yeah. Crystal always sends us great feedback. They're a wonderful partner to work with, and I hope that they just make it that much more exciting. Yeah, we're going to keep working on Tomb Raider through the year. It's such a big project, one we're so proud of, and we keep adding to it and refining it and playing it to make it the best game it can be. Umdaar, some exciting news about Umdaar. I think I've said in previous notes that we had a huge shift between the text version and what went into the PDF. Lots of layout changes, lots of updates, lots of text moving around. And we realized that to edit that, we needed to get those changes reflected back in the doc. That is now complete. So Amanda Valentine and I are now applying edits from the PDF into the doc. And Fred has graced us as we've been doing this work. He's showed us a couple little previews of what it might look like in the final version. So this is using some of our existing art that we had for Masters of Umdaar, and just playing with a little bit of the layout and seeing how that's all going to look. And it's looking gorgeous. We just want to get the text to match. And this is art by Tazio Betten, and so we'll see that in the final version as well. The Abyssal playtest, or the Abyssal development, rather, it's past playtest now. Abyssal is in the final stages where Ash and Lara are writing the last few bits. Jen Martin is the editor on it. We've just passed it through the sensitivity reading process. So we're hoping that April is when all the text comes together, and maybe in May we start going to layout, and then we start talking about crowdfunding. We'll talk about that once we have all these things buttoned up. But it's very exciting to see Abyssal coming, moving forward. Ash has been drafting up some design diaries, and so we'll be sharing those on the Evil Hat website as well, which are little bits about each of the playbooks, about the city playbooks, their inspiration for the game, and what it means to them. So yeah, really excited to share more about Abyssal as we have it ready. Ranges of Broken World is also getting in the wrapping up stage. Kat is making some final revisions to the text as based off of our last internal game. And we're going to look at that hopefully end of the month, so any day now. And then either send back more feedback or go into editing, and then the rest of the finishing stuff happens. So that's also coming along. Kat is also drafting some design diaries, which we'll share. So hopefully we'll have some of both of those coming soon. GODKILLER by Connie Chang is a phenomenal game of one player, the GODKILLER, and one GM, the God. And it's a very intimate game. It's a game about overthrowing institutional structures, and it does some really cool things that none of our games have done before. Ray Najati is the system development consultant on it, and Ray said back, I think the longest system feedback I've ever seen. I think it was over 40 pages. This had chapters, but it was all focused on ways in which the game can articulate its vision, and it's just such good stuff. So Ray and Connie are going back and forth right now on those revisions, and the text will keep developing, and we'll keep processing it through and getting it closer and closer. So very excited for GODKILLER. No ETA, but the progress is very, very encouraging to see. Chen Zhang is also in post playtest revisions. We've been playing around with the concept a little bit. During the playtest, we removed the sort of scarcity model so that it doesn't really map to Firefly as its analog anymore. It still has very definite sort of Cowboy Bebop vibes to it, but the we're gig workers in a grind has been reduced, and now we're gig workers close to retirement, and what does that mean for us? So there's going to be a lot more familial connections, a lot more the artificial conscience, the god deity that flies the ship is much more deeply tied to the family itself as a part of the family. So there's a lot of cool things happening there. Those, of course, have caused lots of revisions in the rules, lots of updates to be done, but very excited that Chen Zhang is still moving along, and it's been really delightful to work with this team and to be part of the sort of the game finding its way and really coalescing in lovely ways. As Sunflower Sets is also a post playtest revision. Riley is working on this. There's a lot of mechanical bits to all Sunflower Sets. Try that again. There's a lot of mechanical bits to As the Sun Forever Sets. It's a very heavily procedural game. It is a horror game. It is a hex crawl game. It is a play to find out game. It is a Forge in the Dark game. It is a Martian invasion game. There's a lot in this game, and Riley is working to make sure that all those procedures, one, that they all flow together, two, that they all feel natural, and that they're all fueling the tension and the fear that is meant to be present in this game, as well as that hope of maybe I can scrape by, maybe I can find a way, maybe I can put these things together and turn them into something that will get me through one more day. Because that's all you need during this phase. It's just one more day. Project Perseus, I'm very delighted to say, is seeing some new advancements. Just worked with John the Buff Little, one of the creators. We're now meeting on a regular basis, and we've been reviewing the move updates. A lot of context being wrapped around the moves, a lot of reasons why a move might be called for or might not be called for, as well as considerations, which are ways in which you might have advantages or disadvantages while you're doing a move. There's some very cool stuff that they're doing with regards to the moves within the position of the fiction. So this is a Powered by the Apocalypse game with a whole lot of Forged in the Dark influence, or perhaps you could say it's the other way around. It's hard to say. It's a lot of both. But I thought, while we're talking Perseus, I just share Mia Schwartz, aka the Gun Witch. This is one of the characters from the playtest draft, so it's been filled out much more. But Perseus is on my mind, so I thought I would share Mia, one of my favorite agents. I've played her many times in playtests, and it's just always a delight. So that's it for March 2025. Thanks everyone for your support of Dice Pool. Thanks everyone for checking this stream out. If you have more questions about projects going on, you can always go to the Evil Hat website and click on the project status page, and you can find out. I update that every single week, and so you can find out how everything is going along. We do have not one now, but two announcemements that are going to be made soon. I wish I could share them with you right now. They're probably going to be early April. One game that we're announcing, both games are announcing publishing. One that will be going into playtest, and one that is a little further along. So stay tuned for that. Check out the project status page, sign up for the newsletter, keep watching these streams, check our Blue Sky. Those are all good ways to find out everything we're up to. Thanks again for checking in, and hope this has been helpful and keeping you up to date with everything going on under the hat.